Good evening, welcome. Good evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the latest edition of One True Red. And today we have Mikey, CT, and myself, Aki. So let's jump in straight away, guys. Talk about the Arsenal-Liverpool game. There were some predictions in our previous pod of 3-1, 4-1, 5-1. Mikey said, "Where was the threat going to come from?" And I think
I said 2-1. Actually, I don't know why you've made things up.
Hey! I said
2-1.
You said, "Where is the threat going to come from?" And I said, "Frimpong." Did I or did
0-0?
And yeah, because you guys didn't bother to. Anyway, give us your reaction to the game.
Me?
Yeah, because you
okay,
must have been very disappointed.
Right. So just to clarify, I predicted 2-1. I did think it was going to be comfortable. I didn't see where the threats would come from for Liverpool. Again, it was 0-0. And so I was right. There were no threats. Frimpong did well for Liverpool, but that's about it. Fairly content with the first half performance. Very disappointed with the second half performance. Very passive. It didn't even look like we wanted to win. It looked like the team had been sent out for the draw. And so, yeah, very disappointing. But as non-Arsenal supporters have been telling me, that it doesn't need to be looked at as a bad point. Look at it as a good point, 6 points clear. But me, I wanted to be 8 points clear. I wanted to have a little buffer. And I think Liverpool are there for the taking. I think if you're playing Liverpool and they haven't got Salah, Ekitike, Isak, you have to take the 3 points. And you're at home as well. So it was disappointing from us, but disappointing, and we're still 6 points clear at the top. So when you objectively look at things aren't that bad.
Yeah, some could say it was a missed opportunity, though. And first of all, good evening, Dunya Memories. Welcome back. Yeah, it's a missed opportunity because I think for the first 10, 15 minutes, we did look a bit ropey. Like Arsenal did look like they were gonna, change the narrative a bit, and they did come out attacking. I know I said before that they were going to be defensive. So yeah, I think it was a missed chance. Really, I think the second half performing was shocking. I think there was a stat which said you had no shots between the 30th minute and the 90th minute, and for a home team that's pushing for the title, that's unacceptable, isn't it, CT?
Yeah. 100%. It was a disgrace. I was absolutely fuming after that game. And I know Mikey made a point about some Arsenal sort of fans saying we got the point. We didn't really sort of drop point. At least we didn't lose the game and all that stuff. Listen, I was fuming. You guys were there for the taking. I don't know what happened in that second half. Because the first half we came out and we showed like some intention that we're gonna actually take this game sort of by the reins and dish you lot some blows, but after that, after the second half, they came out and they just sat back, and I didn't understand it. I didn't understand what that half team talk would have been from Arteta, because we should have came out on the front foot, ready to go for the jugular and get some shots on target at least. But yeah, we let you guys play, and some of the individual performances on that night, like no one had a good game for me as an Arsenal fan or Arsenal players. No one had a good game, but there are some worries in terms of what happens next, because we did have an injury in that game. Our left back, Hincapié is injured. He's going to be out for some time. And we're now relying on what I did say is the English left back in the league. And listen, I don't know what's happened to this guy. He's just fallen off a cliff. I don't know what has happened. His performances are actually a disgrace going like for the past few games. And even the game today against Portsmouth, he was ropey. He was all over the place. He couldn't run. People just mistiming tackles. What the heck has happened to Miles? I don't know what's gone on. I know he didn't get game time, and Calafiore got ahead of him in the start of the season and stuff like that. But stay on your game, because you're going to get opportunities to play and you got to prove yourself. And plus, it's a World Cup year. You are supposedly England's best left back. I did say, but yours, I don't know what's gone on, because you've signed a big boy contract as well. It's not looking good. I don't know what's going on moving forward, but Marsley Skelly, he needs to pick it up, because I did vouch for this guy, and he's very, very poor. And then as for up front, we got the main guy, King Havertz. You know, I like the guy, King Kai, as I call him.
Yeah. What? How dare you?
He's our number one striker, and Gyökeres just needs to chill on the bench now. I think it's time for him to sit on the bench. I really do.
Some would say he was signing of the season. Do you think, though, just sticking with Arsenal for now, do you think Arteta was brought on Eze and Noni too late to change the game? Because they looked you guys looked a bit more dangerous when they came on.
Yeah, those are difficult changes to make. I think the Noni for Saka change will never really happen that early. It will always be 70 minutes plus. And so it's only if Noni had come on for Trossard, which I would have done, and I would have had Saka and Noni on the wings attacking in that way, and they could have switched over as well. Dunya, Rel and Uche are missing from the pod this evening. Uche is gallivanting as usual across the world, and Rel has a prior engagement that he's had to attend. Back to the changes. I think, to be fair to Arteta, the changes were the changes that we would have all wanted to be made in terms of players coming on to try and do something. It's just that, as you say, they were on late in the day, and Noni was the one that was the real threat when he came on. The disappointing thing is that we had two strikers on the pitch. Neither of them were attacking the 6-yard box when we played balls across. We had Gyökeres in the first half when Rice played it across goal in the 6-yard box. And if you've got a top striker in there, in fact, forget top striker, Calvert-Lewin would have been on the end of those chances. So the first one, Rice put across, Gyökeres is just nowhere to be seen, fighting with Konate. The second one, Noni's gone past Kirkes, put it in, and Jesus is on the halfway line. So I don't know what we can expect. We're clearly not used to playing with a striker, a number 9 that is in the box looking to be a predator, because the way that we play isn't conducive to it. But King Kai is back.
But will Havertz change that, though? Because he's not the number 9.
No, but you know what he will do? He's almost an in-between of... No, in fact, I'm not comparing him to Gyökeres. He's got the ball retention ability of Jesus, and he's more powerful, and he'll link up play, and he's good in the press as well. And so what we've been lacking in those areas, he will bring to the team. So I'm very happy that Kai is back. He's got some minutes under the belt today. There'll be more opportunities over this next week with another 3 away games in, I think, 8 days now, for him to get more minutes. So, happy that he's back.
Do you think it's sustainable, though, for a club that's going for big trophies to not have a player, whether it's a striker or a forward or whatnot, that's capable consistently of scoring 15, 20 goals a season? Because Arsenal don't really have that. You guys spread the goals around, right? Trossard gets you a few, Saka gets you a few, Havertz gets you a few, Gyökeres gets you none.
He's got 5 in the league, mate.
So it bucks a trend somewhat, because I mean, if you look at most of the top teams around Europe, they have a focal point who's getting them a lot of goals. So the question, I guess, for you guys is, do you think you can sustain this run without that Salah, without that Haaland?
So from my perspective, I think that it's easily sustainable for us. And people mention the strength of squad, and we're rotating players in and out. And so it's not like Gyökeres has played a lot of minutes, to be fair. He's just substandard. But we're rotating players in and out. Saka's not playing as many minutes as he would have done in previous seasons. Also, the penalties have gone around. Saka's had 1 or 2. Gyökeres, Odegaard. if there was one player that was on pens out of those, there'd probably be close to 10 goals this season so far. We have got so many different players that have the ability of scoring that I think that it's sustainable. CT, I don't know what your views are on that.
It is, because I think we're used to. It is very sustainable because I think we're used to not having that striker, and it's the way we set up, it's the way we play. As you say, we're not usually used to having a number 9, a focus point. So it be. So I think it's fine the way it is. I think it is sustainable. We've done it. We showed in the past that we can score loads of goals from the team. You know what I mean? We're the second highest scorers in the league thus far. So.
Yeah, but
exactly, Dunya. What is going on? But I think, as you said, I think it's sustainable. And look, our focus point isn't even up to standards at this point, and we're still the second highest scorers in the league. So it is sustainable. It's the way we play. It's the template of team goals.
Yeah, I guess potentially in a league format it is, but I think when you get to the Champions League, that's when you're going to suffer, because Champions Leagues are based on potentially 1 or 2 games a moment here or there, and if you don't have that killer, who do Arsenal rely on?
Want me to answer that?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, so yeah, I'd get you completely in terms of most have a top kind of go-to guy. You guys had Salah last year. You'd say Mbappe at Madrid, etc. But our go-to is set pieces. And we have an array of players that have the ability of scoring from those set pieces. And in tight games, set pieces are crucial. And so, yeah, I think that we will live up to set piece FC in the Champions League. If it gets to those kind of crunch moments, I think that we'll be able to score and then open up games, because that's what our set pieces do. If we get one, teams have to come out and play, and then we're able to open them up a lot easier.
How many? Correct me if I'm wrong, but how many scored less goals as a percentage-wise than you did last season? So it's becoming less of a thing for you guys, less of a reliance. So
in terms of set pieces,
yeah. Just like corners and free kicks. I think.
Yeah, I mean it's less of a reliance. People were making a thing of it early this season, but as I said, then it would level itself out a bit. And I think 30% of our goals, and let's take out today because I think 3 or 4 of them were from set pieces. But if you take away that, 30% of our goals have been from set pieces, but we're still very, very dangerous from them. Saka being out doesn't help, and Rice being on the bench doesn't help, because it's all about their delivery and then the other players' movement. Gabriel's come back in, and I think he's scored in back-to-back games, or he's at least influenced goals in back-to-back games against Villa and Bournemouth. And nothing's going to stop Gabriel. We've got other players in there, and we're also creating some opportunities now. Rice has got a few goals from the centre of the box. It's just our striker that isn't firing. Even on the left-hand side, they've been doing all right.
Well, Gabriel had a decent chance really at the death actually against us. That
he did.
Missed. It was free.
I would have preferred that Jesus wasn't tackling him. But, yeah.
But that's the thing. There's no point having these pacey wingers who can't get back to no one. But then you alluded to it before, which is you don't play with a number 9. So, then doesn't that come back down to the manager? Because who are you cutting it back to? You're just cutting it back to thin air. So you look dangerous, but in reality, you're not dangerous because there's no one there to receive the ball. Even Saka got to the byline in one of the chances. So you could have given it to Trossard because you're playing with such fine margins, really. You have to have the perfect ball when you go into a crowded space like that. I don't know. I wasn't really impressed with what I saw from Arsenal.
Not really. I think you would have been impressed in the first 15 minutes when Saka and Trossard had skinned your fullbacks.
Well, Kirk's had a good game.
Just let me finish. The areas of space that we tend to attack are around the edge of the box, and it's the striker that we need attacking the near post or attacking kind of closer in. If you see a lot of our goals, you'll see Eze scored from the edge of the box. It was Mendy, Rice, Odegaard. It's that central area at the edge of the box which people are defending Gyökeres for. And I posted some footage in for CT's benefit the other day in terms of Bournemouth, where he had 4 players around him and Rice was free on the edge of the box to score. So that is something that he is doing. He's not doing a lot of other things, but that is one thing that he's doing. Against Liverpool, he was rubbish. He wasn't even doing that. And in the second half, he wasn't even pressing. I wish that I had a button that I could just push to say, Arteta, he's not doing his job, get him off. But I don't. And so we have to wait for Arteta to make the calls.
Well, it's unfortunate because, I haven't seen... I've seen Arsenal play twice this season against us and they've scored no goals. So I haven't been able to see what you've asked me to see because you haven't been able to score against us. But yes.
What's your view, Aki, then, on your performance then? Did you set out to nullify us? Are you happy with it? How did you go? Because I think you guys were just as poor as us, to be fair. But,
I think it was a game of 2 halves, if I'm honest. I think the first half I wasn't too impressed with how we were playing because Slot had kind of siblerized us, really. We were playing 5 at the back. It was so defensive. It was basically saying, I'm here for the draw. And it reminded me a bit of Brendan Rodgers, actually, towards the end of his tenure, when he was so scared of losing that he played very, 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 very defensively. But credit where it's due. I don't know what he said at half time, but we came out the second half a much, much better team. We had the bit between our teeth, and I think we should have probably won that game, given the chances. We should have definitely had at least 1 penalty. Verts was fouled. That was a stonewall penalty. I honestly don't see the point.
Wait, Aki. There's a pause moment here. Yeah. Kibsy, I'm not pushing any guy's buttons, just so you know. I just wanted an eject button for Gyökeres from the lineup.
No, but I think it should have been a penalty, and I remember there being another 50-50 that didn't go away, but the Verts one was definitely a penalty.
It was,
and in tight games like that, you sometimes need your those decisions to go your way. But I was pleased with the second half because we didn't have a striker, like we were kind of on bare bones, and if Frimpong had a bit more composure, the result would have been quite different. So I think the jury's still out with Slot, even though I think that's now 9 games unbeaten. Arsenal was the first game of note, really, like a big team. We should have really had 8 wins, if you ask me. And if it was last season, we would have had 8 wins. And so, I don't know, he has to pull, I don't think aiming for 4th is ever going to be good enough. But if we're just talking about the game the other day, I think the second half was pretty decent. I think that's something to build on. And I think it should give the players confidence because that was a clean sheet. We've kept 2 clean sheets now against the potential champions or a team that currently sits top 6 points in the lead. I don't think many other teams are going to be able to do that, really. Arsenal didn't really look like a threat from set piece. If you take away the first 15 minutes where we did look shaky, after that, Arsenal didn't really look like a threat. And I think potentially what happened at half time is Slot was telling our team that, look, it's only Arsenal, they're not great. We're much better than you guys. He got the message home, and we had a much better performance. If we had Ekitike or Isaac up front, we would have won that game, in my opinion.
And on the basis of it's only Arsenal and you're 14 points behind, what say you on that? Because in the past couple of weeks, you've been saying that Liverpool are going to finish ahead of Arsenal.
Potentially we could.
You said they're going to 14 points is a lot of points to be able to gather in. Do you think it's still obtainable?
It was 10 points. I think we drew a game and you won a game afterwards. But I don't think we're going to catch you guys now. But I still don't think you guys are going to win the league. I have faith in Pep and Man City to do the job. But
I mean, you have hope.
I have faith, and also I still think Arsenal are tricksters. There's going to come a period where you're going to suffer a loss. You're going to suffer from something, and your head.
You know the issue, Aki. Our shookness was against you guys. in that we just didn't go full throttle to win. So we came away with a 0-0 draw against the current champions. That was the shookness. So if that's the level of our shookness, I'm cool.
That's what I kind of mean, like being satisfied with a 0-0 draw where you've not really played very well, where you've not had a shot on target for over half the match, and you're at home and you're satisfied with that. Personally,
we're 6 points clear. Before
you're doing yourself, you're doing Liverpool a disservice there, mate. You're the champions, so of course, wouldn't you take a 0-0 against you guys? No.
In all honesty, and this is, I guess I'm not playing down I'm playing down the league a little bit. We won the league last season because the league was quite poor. We were just the most consistent team. We didn't have a great team, if you ask me. It was functional, and we won a lot of games by 1 goal. This season, you guys are just doing what we did last season. The only difference is...
Aki.
Oh, hold on, let me just finish my point.
You won the transfer window.
The difference is that we had champion players in Van Dijk, Salah, etc. So we were able to maintain that throughout the season. Arsenal don't have any of those players. So
any of what players?
You know, championship winning players. You know, players with the balls of like Van Dijk or Salah. You know,
all of them will be at the end of this season.
Players have actually won things, and I'm not talking about the Conference Cup.
All of them will be at the end of this season.
Yeah, but currently they're not. So I don't deal in fantasies. Currently they're not. So yeah, I think in the past you've been 8 points clear and not won the league, right?
8 points with City having a game in hand. That's correct. Yeah. So we're 6 points clear.
Great. Let's see you sustain that.
We keep having these discussions. It was
every week you say the same thing.
Listen, a week or two ago, it was down to 2 points, and you were getting happy. You were like, "We're gonna catch you. City have won the league." Now it's back to 6 points, my friend. What are you saying? Anyway, I think we should bring in Kibbsy's comments around: are either club going to dip into the transfer window? Aki, I think you're in desperate need of reinforcements.
I do, but at the same time, I wouldn't trust Slot with them, really. I think he has to deal with the squad that we got until the end of the season, figure out whether we're going to keep him or not. And then if we are going to keep him...
Wait, stop it. Just for the benefit of this pod, we're past that now. Slot can't go. Slot is there. 10 games unbeaten. Like, let's stop it. He has to sign some players.
No. What I'm saying is, I don't think his job is secure. So, like, I was reading in some Liverpool fan magazine that Richard Hughes has got issues with him, and they're not necessarily seeing eye to eye at the moment. We don't historically buy in January. We may get a loan in, but I'd be in favour of telling him, look, you've got to deal with the squad that you've got. You spend a lot of money in the summertime. So, you know, minimum would be 3rd place in the league, semi-final Champions League, and then an FA Cup. Otherwise, that's it.
But actually, things happen though. You've got Bradley's injured for a long while now, isn't he? So you need to dip in the market for a right back. Your left side is not balanced, so you're going to need a left winger. Surely, whether Slot's the guy or not, you can't make that decision in the January window where you need players. You need to get these players done. Get these players over the line. Surely.
Well, I think we have cover, personally. We've got Gomez who can play as a right back. We started this season anyway with only one person on the left in Gakpo. Personally, I think Bertz plays a lot better on the left coming in. He has to be adaptable. You know, he hasn't shown enough this season to say we're going to help you out by investing in a couple of players here or there. And that's just the honest. If I was running Liverpool, I'm not giving that guy any money. Why? What have you shown to me to say? Okay. Let me give you some. Like, I've already spent 450 million. Where's my return on that?
Right.
Like,
Aki.
Yeah.
So just to counter that now, you and Uche and others have been claiming that you're going to win a Champions League. Do you not think that this team requires reinforcements to support that claim?
No, I don't, because we won the Champions League with Dujomir Traoré, Igor Biscan, Steve Finn, and Vladimir Smicer.
So you're happy. So for the sake of everybody that watches this pod and us, You are happy with your current playing staff. You do not require anything additional.
No, I didn't say that. I'm saying he needs to improve what he has at his disposal before we even start thinking about adding in more players. He said in some of his interviews that buying all these players, it's going to take time to gel. So how on earth is going to buy even more players going to help us? So I'm just taking his words at what he said. So
Just
let him gel the players that he bought first, so we can see a return on our investment, and then we can dip in or not.
You before the game against us, and now Bradley's out for the season. You needed reinforcements. Who is your right back?
Frimpong.
No, Frimpong's your right winger. Who's your right back?
Frimpong was bought as our right back. He was only playing there because of Salah.
And Frimpong's been out for most of the season. Do you think
wait?
As the champions of England, do you think that you can go into the second half of the season with a player that's been in and out of the team because of injuries as your right back without a backup? Because Gomez is on the injury list as well.
I hope Uche's listening because he loves this backups. What's the backup being brought up to do? No, I'm going to tell you straight. First of all, like, we have our two right backs, which is Conor Bradley and Frimpong.
Bradley's out for the season. You don't.
Yeah.
You have one.
All right. I'm saying when we start the season, that was the case. So, like, who are you going to buy and what they're going to do next season?
I don't care who you buy. You need to get somebody.
Get a loan in. Get someone in.
Yeah.
I think we get. I think
we'll give you Lewis Kelly.
No. I think getting Guhai from Crystal Palace.
Who?
I've never heard of him. Never heard of him, mate.
You mean Gehi?
Gehi, yeah, that's it. If we get him, that makes sense because we were planning to get him in the summertime. So I'd agree with that. Then that frees up Gomez to play on the right.
Wait a minute. Do you think that you're going to get Gehi on the topic of Gehi?
I don't know.
Cracking me up.
All the noise coming out of the club is that we're not signing anyone in January. So
yeah,
I can't say I'm confident. No,
you've been linked to two Leipzig players.
But I would say, yeah, but that's just Rel coming out with curry sauce, really.
You bought a couple of centre backs. I saw.
We bought one centre back who's going into our under-20s team. Huh?
You bought two.
It's one.
A 17-year-old and a 19-year-old.
Yeah, but they're not for the first team.
Future's looking bright.
What about Arsenal? You guys?
No, we're not getting on to Arsenal yet.
Yeah, because you guys have also been linked with Guhi as well.
So
I don't know who that is.
I don't know who that is, but CT. What do you think of us hijacking the Gehi deal in the summer?
Excellent. I think it's brilliant. I think we need him as
another defender,
as a backup, and actually to challenge a first team place as well. Because Saliba's been looking a bit shaky in a few games. He can cover the right side as well, so I think it's an excellent deal, and I think I'm all for it to go for that because we've been telling those guys over there that they need Mark Guehi, and he would actually push Konate to actually perform properly. They said we don't need it. We don't need cover. We dealt with. Apparently, you still don't need him. So listen, I'm glad we're going to hijack that deal because he is.
You're not.
He's a quality player. Say that again.
Don't get your hopes up. It's still rumours. But didn't you buy two centre backs in the summer?
No.
So what? Hink up, not a defender. No.
So we bought Mosquera. And we've got Hincapi on loan with an option to buy, I believe. A decent option to buy as well. But if Lewis Skelly is playing at the level that he's continuing to play at, then there's a space in the squad. And
not really. He plays left back. He's a defender.
I know Hincapi plays left back as well, mate.
But you said he's on loan.
Remember, Mike, you used to diss me about our left back situation. We need another one.
Listen, you told me that he was the best out there.
He was. I don't know what's happened to him.
What can I do?
Someone's done something to him. Something's happened.
I believe you. But yeah, if we can get the Gehi deal done, it's going to be superb.
Yeah, well, let's see. I think City also linked to him as well, and I think Real Madrid were also linked for a summer move because he's going to be. I think he's actually able to negotiate new deals with teams from now. Actually,
You listen to the teams that are after him. It's quality. You guys just flopped it. I don't know. I don't
well, we
understand.
didn't. Well, we didn't flop it. We had a
No,
bid.
you definitely have.
No. Well, we had a bid. It was accepted. The dude was on his way for his medical, and then Palace said, "No, we're not selling him anymore." Right, there's not much you can do about that.
Deal should have been
So
done
let
ages
me
ago.
just say, I'm not going to say this again. This is the last time I'm going to tell you. Gehi was obtainable. He should have been signed. You had the chances. You waited until late in the window, until after we'd bought Eze, and they could say no to the money. You just didn't time it. It was bad practice by you guys. You might have been distracted by Isak and Verts and winning the transfer window, but effectively you lost out on a very important player because now Gehi is out there and Arsenal are linked, Bayern are linked. I wouldn't be surprised if Madrid aren't linked because there's no way Madrid should be coming in for Konate. That should be dead in the water. So the good thing for you is you can extend Konate's contract.
He's actually come back into form. He kept. He played quite well against you guys. Kept a clean sheet.
There was no striker. We just discussed that.
Well, there was. Gokra just got bullied out of the game. Let's be fair. Anyway, I don't buy that narrative. To be honest with you, he's not this worldly defender. Yes, he's a good defender.
Real Madrid want him. Man City want him. We want him. What are you on about?
Nearly every single one of those clubs. He's not coming in to be a starter. He's coming in because he's on a free transfer and he represents good value for money, and he'll be a good option. That is, if we're honest, that's the truth of the matter. If you guys had to pay 50 million for him, well, then we already saw in the summertime, no one bid. We were the only team who bid 35 million. So if he's this defender that you guys are talking about, then they would have bid 35 million. People are in for him. It's like Football Manager. He's on a free transfer. He's going to represent good value for money. You can sell him in a couple of seasons. If it all goes down the pan for 20, 30 million, you cover his wages, you make yourself a bit of profit. It's as simple as that.
Aki, let's not like make it something it isn't because most were well stocked. We were well stocked. If we weren't well stocked, we would have gone and taken him. But we are. And then it's going to be an opportunity in the summer. It's going to be an opportunity for all the top teams. And
that's what I said.
And you need to hope that you're one of those top teams.
We are definitely. Players want to come to us.
History,
or not? Huh? History, yeah, recent and past history. Unlike Arsenal, like I think the last time you guys won the league, I was still doing my A levels. I believe. When was the last?
You're not that young. Don't try it. We know how old you are.
I don't think so, mate.
Don't even try it.
You're not going to pull that one on air.
21.
Wow, I can't believe you tried that. Don't let me expose you.
Who else are you guys linked with? Are you guys linked with a striker?
No, we won't be buying anybody in January. I don't suspect.
No chance, yeah.
Kind of the party line is being towed by Arteta in terms of saying that if there's an opportunity that becomes available, then we'll be in the market and ready to take it. But we don't need anybody. Even with all the injuries that we've had, we've been able to cope and manage and have a decent bench with some game changers on the bench. Our defensive woes are lengthening every time we play. I just hope that Calafiori's back. If Calafiori's back and we get that back four, Calafiori, Timber, Gabriel, and Saliba, then it's lockout time again. And also White's there. I actually prefer to see White in there when Saka's playing rather than Timber because Timber's taking up all this space. So Timber could even go to left back while White comes in at right back. That would be my preference and keep Lewis Skelly away from the team.
This is crazy. From last year, we were praising him, and then this year, we're like, get him out of the team. It's mad. I don't know what's happened to the lad. Something's gone on, injuries, something has been said, the way he's training, or there has to be something.
Something major's gone on. CT, what are you thinking about the rumours that Ranieri will kind of be sent out in January?
Keep him. He's quality, as he's shown today. He's a quality player. Just give him game time. Give him game time like you've given the rest of the squad game time. And I hope it doesn't go into what Arteta done last season, which was just focus on the actual just first team, utilize this squad, and we can win this league and probably another cup as well. If he just utilizes this squad and picks the right players at the right time, I think we're in a massive opportunity to collect some silverware this time. I don't want to see Ethan going anywhere. No chance. What's the point of that? Especially with our injury record as well. There's no point.
The only thing that I'd say is that Ranieri's not been getting a lot of minutes. He seems to be off the boil. I think that Eze's there as backup in there. Havertz is back and is an option in there. Arteta loves Mourinho. If we keep him, I think it should just be until the end of the transfer window now, and then let him go to get some minutes for the rest of the season, because he's so far down the pecking order that I don't think he's going to get the number of minutes that he needs at this point.
I'd rather just have that cover, even though I know it's like, okay, he needs to progress as a player. I'd rather just be selfish and just have that player just on standby, because our injury record is no joke. Literally every game, someone gets injured. So
how does he know?
I don't think we can take that risk. 19, I think, still 19, maybe 20 now.
At most he's 19.
Yeah. And how many senior games has he started?
Not sure.
No,
come on, you can't be asking that. What's going on?
I mean, like most 19 and 20-year-olds would have played a number of games. I haven't seen Ethan play at all this season. Like from when I've looked at the lineups, I don't think he started a league game for you guys.
Yeah, I don't think he started a league game.
His minutes have been down.
Yeah, his minutes have been down compared to last season. Anyway, his minutes definitely has been down.
Where would he go if you put him out on loan? Bournemouth.
Apparently,
he needs to stay in the Prem.
There's a lot of
talk. You came a bit late, Harvery. We already gave our
Aki, the viewers. Answer the man's question.
I said there's a game of two halves. I said I was a bit worried after the first 10 or 15 minutes because Arsenal had the upper hand and we looked a bit shaky, and because of the way we set out, it was kind of a bit like Brendan Rodgers towards the end of his tenure. 5 at the back, 3, it was just very defensive. But then, fair play to Slot. Second half, we played much, much better. And there was only really one team looking to win that game, if you ask me, and it wasn't Arsenal.
I think that don't do that. The changes that we made clearly were to win the game. And you said that earlier in the pod. Stop trying to gaslight.
No. But it was like for like, so I wouldn't necessarily say it was like going to win the game is taking off a defender, putting in a striker, or taking it from midfielder.
Is that what you guys did?
Huh? We didn't need to.
Is that what you guys did?
Why would we need to do that? We already had to control the game.
You said going to win the game.
But all the chances were coming from us, etc., etc. It was Arsenal that needs to do something different, not Liverpool.
So you didn't do that then?
We had the
you
upper
said
hand.
Liverpool were the only team going to win the game.
Yeah, and had the referee and VAR not been given a bung by your chief executive or whatever, and given a Stonewall penalty,
I was just
allegedly.
We would have
say allegedly, bro.
We would have come only and not the view of One True Red.
Allegedly, Aki.
We would have come away with 3 points like we did at Anfield. Unfortunately, the decision didn't go our way, and Arsenal came away with a point. And these guys were ecstatic. They were saying, "Oh, we played the champions. We got a 0-0 draw." And they were very, very happy. And fair play. If I was in their shoes, I would be as well.
Harvey's made a comment about doing well because Arsenal don't play a low block, contrary to your view. What's your thoughts on the Wirtz and Frimpong pen incidents? We've kind of gone into them. Frimpong definitely wasn't. That was silly. Wirtz was definitely a pen. But just going into this low blocks issue that you appear to be having, and Slot keeps blaming in every conference. What's your view on your manager being unable to set up a team to beat a low block?
I don't think low blocks are the issue because...
He said they are.
Yeah, but you already know what my view is on Slot, so I don't need to continue repeating it every week.
Harvey wants to know.
Yeah, but remind the viewers, bro.
Slot is unfortunately a mug for saying that because how do you concede 3 goals then against low blocks? Then you're even worse than I thought in the first place. You know, like you're playing defensive teams. You shouldn't be. You're playing defensive teams and you're coming away with 0-0s. You get a bit of grace, really, because at least you kept it solid at the back. What you need to do is fix the forward lines. But what he's telling me now is actually I've got an issue at the back because I'm letting all these goals against low block teams, and I've also got an issue in the front, which you shouldn't have any issues in the front because we just spent 125 million pound on Isaac, 80 million pound Ekatike. He has 115 million pound on Verts. There's a lot of, whatever it is. There's a lot of talented players in our squad, and he underutilized them. Unfortunately, he got carried away. We started the season winning 6 games. Let's not forget that. And then he took it upon him to change the formation, change personnel, and then we've never really recovered from that. And now we're playing kind of dire football, which, you know, he'll get given some grace because we're in such a terrible form that he needs to stabilize things. But the second half, we really need to be able to see what this team is about, really. You know, what is our style of play? Because we you know, as good as we played in the second half against Arsenal allowed us to play like that. I think Arsenal played very, very, very badly. I think Arteta showed himself to be the poor manager that he is, but nonetheless, we were allowed to do that. Really, the first half wasn't a great performance, and against a team who are more clinical, we could have been 2-0 down in the first 15 minutes, like we have been in other games during the season. So I think he has a lot to prove himself, and that's why I said I wouldn't give him any money personally. I don't care if Connor's out for the rest of the season. Make do with what you have. Show to us that you're worthy of staying at the club as a manager, and maybe we didn't discuss in the summertime what targets we should get.
So your beef is with Slot. So you're going to remain sort of in that sort of mindset to say don't give Slot any more money because you don't want to see him spend any, but you do need players at the end of the day. So you, in the ideal world, you would want to sign someone, right?
I'm not a massive fan of buying players in January. I'm definitely not a fan of just buying backup.
But you need. It's not backup. You need a player.
Even if you need players to play,
especially a right back. Even
I think we need someone on the left to replace Gakpo. I don't think we need a right back. I think we need a central defender, and we need Gomez to stay fit, basically, and that's it. You know, every teams have to navigate difficult situations throughout the season. Now, you can't just always buy your way out of trouble. You have to be able to utilize your squad. It's a good opportunity as well to see what the youngsters are about. You know, like you saying buying this backup, huh?
Which youngster can come in and take that right back spot?
Well, look, at Liverpool, we're renowned at creating well-being right back.
Yeah, just tell me the name. I'll look out for him.
Yeah, I trust the process and I trust the club.
Okay, so there's nobody.
No, there is.
Nobody.
I just don't know about them.
I trust the process.
Harvey is saying you need Gehi and a direct winger.
Yeah, I'd say we need. Yeah, I haven't seen unless they play for a little while, but we do definitely need someone on the left because, or we need to buy number 10 because personally I think Verts actually plays quite well for left, and then if we had like a Coutinho type or someone like that as a number 10, that could also work.
What? Where does Verts go? Sorry, on the left.
On the left, yeah.
Nah, that's not going to work, mate.
Why do you you lot should fork up another sort of 200 mil and get Rodgers? Yeah, he's available.
Who?
Morgan Rodgers. You want to take him?
No, I don't rate. I mean, I think he's a good player. He's a good Prem player, but I don't think he's suited for our play. I don't really actually like his reaction yesterday in the way he went nuts at Paulinho. We don't necessarily need those type of players at our club, but also I think he's a form player. He dips in and out of form, and he's not what we need, in my opinion.
Aki, do you label your coach?
Huh?
Look at Kimsey's comment.
Oh dear.
Oh, God.
Nah, I don't know what game Harbour he's been watching, but definitely I think Bert's best games have been when he's been playing off the left and coming in.
I think that Verts needs to be in the middle though, and be able to go either side and play in between and have a free role really. And you need a proper left winger. Gakpo's just not good enough. But I heard your manager call him world class in the week, so that makes sense.
Yeah, but you always have teachers' pets. Like you guys have Trossard and Martinelli. You know, these managers always have.
Trossard is doing bits.
Yeah, Trossard actually
Trossard
delivers.
doing bits.
Yeah, he does
Yeah,
deliver.
he's got such an annoying face though, Trossard, man. I hate it when he's like, I don't know. But yeah, but I mean, they're not great players. They're not world class players. They're kind of workhorses. They're players that will listen to the manager, track back, and that kind of stuff. But I agree. I think especially I think because this is going to be Salah's last season with us as well. We need more of a threat coming from the wings, and that's what I mean. I don't think there's much of an identity. Like I thought we were starting the season where we're gonna play basically with high fullbacks, you know, play a lot of width, cut it in, and I've not really seen much of that actually. And I think we need to buy some more pacey players. Really, Frimpong showed us against Arsenal, pace kills. Pace will always worry the opposing team, and if you look at our forwards, none of them are really that pacey that, you know, if you're a defender, you're going to be worried about. Frimpong worried Arsenal. He definitely did, you know, because you're always going to be worried with that level of pace. And I think that's the kind of player that we need. We need we either need stronger players in the midfield and then we need more pacey players up front.
Isaac's no slouch.
Who?
Isaac's no slouch. Isaac's quite quick when he's fit.
Yeah, he is quick.
But he's not. He wouldn't call him a pace merchant.
No, he's probably one of the quickest strikers in the league.
I think I'd say he's very quick.
I don't know. I'm not, but I think we need it on the wings anyway.
So, what are your views on Ekitike and his Dom's reason for not making the last two games?
Yeah, I don't know actually.
Weird.
Yeah, it is weird, really. But I think it used to be a case you could buy players from Germany and they would slot into the Premier League quite easily. But I think we're kind of seeing, especially with Verts and Ekitike, that there's a big difference in physicality with the Premiership and the German League. So Verts, in my opinion, he plays well in Europe because he gets given a little bit of extra time. In the Premiership, he gets bulldozed. Every time a player comes near him, he ends up on the floor. And I think with Ekitike, I just don't think he's used to doing the level of running that he's expected to do at Liverpool. And I think that's just playing havoc with his hamstrings.
Yeah. Harvey thinks that you need to cough up another 250 million for Slot to spend.
Not for Slot, but hopefully someone like Conte or someone decent.
You want Conte as your manager, you've lost the plot.
I don't know how you can say. I think Conte is one of the best managers currently in the game, and he's proven it. He's won league titles in pretty much every team he's gone to.
I don't think you'll enjoy the football.
I don't know. I'll take winning. Like, as a football fan, are you always going to sit here and tell me you're going to accept a team that plays entertaining football but wins nothing?
You've been slaughtering Arsenal when we've not played well and won games. What do you mean?
Yeah, but I'm not a fan. I'm saying as a fan, I would accept Benitez, Mourinho type football if it's bringing in trophies.
All right, fair enough. Noted on the record.
Obviously, I prefer both. That's the best of both worlds. But I take winning trophies over beautiful style of play.
I think, next on the agenda, we were going to come to this anyway, weren't we, Aki?
Yeah.
A brief discussion on the Martinelli and Bradley incident. Do you want to take it away, seeing as you're probably more invested in it than CT or myself?
Well, you guys should be invested in it too, really. It was your
Martinelli's got a hat trick today. That's all I care about.
Well done. Well done.
It showed a massive lack of unsportsmanship behaviour. What was the word that Sturridge and Roy Keane used, actually? Anyway, I think it's kind of I get like the passion in players and stuff like that. I really do. But first of all, I think Martinelli's a bit stupid because Liverpool were never going to play for a 0-0 draw, and we weren't playing for a 0-0 draw. We were playing to win that game. There's only one team that was looking to win that game, and it was Liverpool. So for him to get in his tiny little brain,
stupidness. I'll let you speak when you're not saying stupidness.
Well, there was only one team looking to win that game, but anyway, for him to get into so he's a bit brainless because for him, first of all, to think that Conor Bradley was trying to waste time was a bit silly, but also for him to do it the way he did it, like Martinelli never touched him. So it was obvious that it was like a medical issue because he went down in a lot of pain. And I just think he kind of disgraced himself and he disgraced Arsenal because the way Arsenal players reacted afterwards didn't help matters either. But fair play to Martinelli.
In what way? What are you talking
about? To protect their own player. Come on, man.
Yeah, they should have been pushing Martinelli and telling him what you're doing is out of order.
That sounds realistic.
Yeah. But anyway, he came out and apologized, so you have to accept the dude's apology and, hope he improves as a person going forward.
Right. So I'll give my view, CT. You can add anything if you want to. So I think that it's just been blown out of proportion, to be honest. Martinelli clearly didn't see that he was injured because if he did see that he was injured, he wouldn't have done it. What he did was wrong because he actually was injured. He didn't touch him, so he thought that he was feigning injury. He did make an effort to stay on the pitch, and Martinelli didn't want him on the pitch, and so he tried to shove him off the pitch.
And then he made an effort to stay on the pitch.
And then the pushing ensued, and that's what you expect both sets of players to do. You expect the Liverpool players to come in and try and get Martinelli, and you expect our players to come in and stop it from happening. Martinelli's issued an apology. He's followed it up with a hat-trick today, and the story's closed.
Wait. Do you think Conor Bradley purposely tried to stay on the pitch, Mikey? Did I hear that right?
He definitely tried to stay on the pitch, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He knew he was injured, but he definitely tried to stay on the pitch to make sure that he was seen on the pitch. So that's fine. And every player has the right to do that.
No. So let me ask you a question. See, let's say, so you just snapped your cruciate ligaments and you're in a lot of pain. You're expecting the dude just to stand motionless.
Right. So, Aki, I've had a number of injuries: broken collarbone, broken ankle, broken foot, ligament damage, and guess what? I've been able to move.
Yeah.
So all of this talk about he's not going to be able to know what's going on is absolute BS. Okay.
Was he not on the pitch already, though? That's what Harvey is saying.
Yeah, he was on the pitch already, and he made an effort to get further on the pitch to make sure he wasn't off the pitch. That's why I said stay on the pitch and not go back on the pitch.
So Dunya's asking, so he crawled back onto the pitch. Is that what you're trying to say?
No. He made a motion to actually. Obviously, he didn't know where he was, so I'm guessing he made a motion to actually,
exactly. He wanted to make sure.
He's on the pitch.
He wanted to make sure that he wasn't off the pitch. That is 100%. We've all seen it. We had it in our group. So don't play the fool at me. You've seen it. I even told you the time frame when it happened.
But you're taking selective. Anyone can take.
No. We all saw it.
We can all do that. No. I don't know. What I saw was a player who got injured and was rolling around in agony. And then what I also saw was massive unsportsmanship behaviour with the players hitting a ball at him. So he threw the ball at him before he tried to nudge him. So that kind of just throws your argument to the water because he'd already started his negative actions. He'd already started his negative actions before any of that stuff had happened. He threw the ball at him, put his knee in his back, and then he tried to drag him off the pitch. How he stayed on the pitch, that's the gain. When I talk about the poor ref,
Aki, you're out of frame.
The poor he should have been given a red. In all honesty.
So what actually happened was the incident happened. Martinelli wasn't looking. He sees Bradley on the floor. He thinks, "What are you still doing there? Take this." Throws the ball at him. Then he's crawling around. He's thinking, "I haven't touched you. What's going on?" And then he sees the movement to stay on the pitch. He's like, "Nah, get off the pitch." And then the brawl ensues. That's exactly what happened. Martinelli's apologised. Slot came out, and Slot's words were very good. And that's what you Liverpool fans should be taking in. Stand behind Slot.
I would ignore everything that comes out of man's mouth anyway. But
I just don't get it. I don't get it. I can see it's this whole sort of Arsenal narrative again, and then all the commentators and all the pundits and broadcasters make it a massive deal because it's Arsenal Football Club and it will get views, it will sell papers, it will, you know what I mean, get media coverage. Listen, Martinelli made a mistake. He thought Bradley went down injured. He thought he was wasting time. After the incident and all that, the fracas taking place and all that, he apologized. What more do we want here? Why are we still on this? I don't understand it. If it was anyone else, if it was any other club, if it was Man United versus Brighton maybe today, and that incident happened, swept under the carpet. Because it's Arsenal Football Club, we want to make a big deal about it again.
And also,
he apologized, Aki. What else can he do?
Yeah, but he was forcing, and it was like sorry, not sorry.
Look who was in the studio during that game: Keane, Sturridge, and Neville. Yeah. Where's the Arsenal representation here? Why is there an anti-Arsenal feel going on?
Wait.
Keane had the audacity to start saying, "Oh, someone should have gone up and taken a red card." Are we forgetting what he's done in his career? And what happened?
Someone should have gone and blacked him.
What happened after he ended Alf-Inge Haaland's career? When he was shouting over him, like still cussing him while he was on the ground.
He's a hypocrite. But let's just deal with what he said rather than the man himself. Huh?
Let me just address Kibbsy quickly. It's not BS, Kibbsy. You know, basically, what Martinelli did, he shouldn't have done. I opened up with that. But I'm also giving a more objective view of what happened. If it was the other way around, I expect Arsenal players to fly in as well. But I won't be going on for days and days after saying, "Oh, what's he doing?" Like he's made the injury any worse. Like people are acting like he actually took him out with a tackle. Yeah, he did it on his own.
RKO'd him. It's mad.
No, people are moaning about Martinelli because of his reaction, not because Connor's injured or anything like that.
His reaction was to apologise.
Yeah, his reaction deserved a red card. And he apologized.
Red card for what exactly?
For dangerous behavior, like putting a knee.
Who did he endanger?
He put Bradley in danger.
Dangerous behavior.
Put himself in danger.
He's putting his knee in his back. I'm pretty certain. I'm pretty certain. If anyone put a knee in your back, you're not having it. So, like, why would it be any different for what Martin?
To help him move him off the pitch. That's all it was.
No. I think.
At this rate, Kibbsy, at this rate, Bradley needs to get fit. Good luck to him. He keeps having injuries. Martinelli wasn't any part of this injury. It was all his own doing. And so you need to hope that he can get back to playing. He wasn't good enough as it is. So he's not going to get any better. So hope for that signing.
All right, lads. Well, we're coming up towards the end of our show, but we've got a couple of more things that we want to talk about. So there's been some news recently that I'm sure that you'll have seen. Chelsea have hired a new manager, and Liam Rosner. I think I got that one right.
Rosinia.
Oh, jeez.
Rosinia.
Rosinia. Is that how you pronounce it?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, anyway. It is. I think he'll vouch for that as well.
I thought I did it. I thought I did a good job there. But anyway, we got him as a new Chelsea manager, and Ole is being linked with the Man U manager to be the new Man U manager for an interim basis. What are your views? Do you reckon good signings for both clubs, or should have kept their older managers?
Right at your pronunciations, mate. Listen, I'm loving it. It's a great time to be an Arsenal fan. Probably not. I was going to say a Liverpool fan as well, but maybe not. But it's a great time to be an Arsenal fan to see. Seeing all these clubs just panicking, and you know what it is as well, Mikey. They're trying to establish what we've done in terms of getting a young manager through the door, letting him, whether they give him that time that Arteta had to actually build to build a team, and actually build a way of playing. they won't give him that time because they haven't got the patience. They haven't got the that sort of level of I don't know, understanding of what a young manager needs. So Rosinha, I expect him not to be there probably by the end, maybe the end of the season. I'll probably give him the summer. Next January, he won't be there. Say that again.
Did you see their game yesterday?
I didn't see it. I saw the first sort of 10 minutes.
So I think United are in trouble, whatever they're doing. Hopefully they keep Fletcher until the end of the season. I think they actually played good football under Ollie. So if they brought him in, I think that it might improve a bit. So I'd rather Fletcher just stay in charge until the end of the season and they just fall down the league as they should do. Rosinha is an interesting appointment for Chelsea, I think, because he was at Strasbourg. They're 7th in the league this year. He finished 7th in the league with them last year. So they're not, for a team like Strasbourg, it's not like they're the top team. So 7th is pretty decent to be leaving them. And he plays an interesting formation. I think he plays 3, a box, and then 3. And so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. It's either going to be something that teams struggle to deal with or something that leaves them completely open. I don't know which way it's going to go, but hopefully it goes well enough for them that he stays there because I want to see these young managers prosper. I don't want to see the Allardyces and the old guards kind of just churning around. New blood does need to come into the management game, but not good enough that they win anything.
They haven't got the patience for those clubs. They really haven't.
Yeah, and to be fair, it's good news to Liverpool because they were our challengers for this coveted fourth space slot. But I don't think Man U were ever generally challenging for that, if you ask me. But Chelsea definitely were. I mean, I was quite surprised that they sacked Enzo in the first place. I thought he did quite a good job. Won them the Club World Cup.
Yeah, but the problem with both of those managers is they wanted to go up against the owners.
Yeah.
When you go against the owners, it's adios.
Yeah, but I think for Chelsea, they sack managers for fun. I think for Man U, they were under this new structure. We all got told they're going to be more professional. You got football players, football men in football positions, etc., etc., etc. Yeah, they're making exactly the same mistakes. So what's the point of buying all these players for Amorim? Then you're going to get another manager who's probably going to play 4-4-2, and then all of these players are going to come back out again. I think again, you need to have a vision and then you need to stick with it. Arteta, for example, as Thierry Rees said in one of his interviews, have been building for a very, very long time, and some of these other clubs need to allow their managers to also build for a period of time, and I think this season, Man U,
like yourself, sorry to interrupt, like yourself, so give Slot some time.
But you have 10 years.
You have to put things into context, First of all, you have super clubs, and then you have ordinary clubs, and super clubs operate to a different stratosphere to your ordinary clubs. So for us,
let's get on to predictions, lads. we got some games coming up at the weekend.
Yeah, we do actually. There's some good games on Saturday. Looking at the fixture list.
No, there isn't. Burnley, Liverpool.
No, Man U, Man City.
Yeah, no, the Manchester derby will be interesting.
No, you got Tottenham, West Ham.
Who's at home? Is that Old Trafford?
Old Trafford.
Okay.
They should get.
I actually wish that Amorim was still in charge for that game.
Yeah, he actually got a good result against these guys. So,
Kibbsy, I just didn't want the waffling going down that was a one-way road Aki was trying to take us down.
Anyway, what's your prediction for Liverpool Burnley?
Liverpool Burnley, Kibbsy's. Yeah, that's Ekitike play, does he? Liverpool are away, aren't they?
Nah, home.
Are you at home? Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, easier then. Yeah, I'll go with 3-0 to Liverpool.
Thanks for that clarification. BT?
I'm not truly convinced by you guys. What you came to the Emirates. I'm going to say 1-1.
CT, what do you think about the Manchester derby while you're there?
Manchester derby. just Fletcher's. I just don't trust Fletcher. I think he's been absolutely awful. So, unfortunately, I see a City win. Probably a 2-0, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Yeah, I'll go Liverpool 2-0. I think. I don't reckon it's going to be a great game, but should get that one over the line. I think Man City are going to trounce Man U. I see that being like 5-0, maybe 5-1, something like that.
5-0, yeah.
Yeah, I think Man U and they lost today, right? What was the score? Yeah, I saw it when it was 2-0 to
2-1.
Brighton.
Yeah, 2-1.
And they got lucky against Burnley, to be quite honest with you. But Burnley are a very poor team to start with. They're very, very basic. I think they'll get trounced, really.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see actually if Semenyo starts for them.
Well, he started yesterday, didn't he? So he's about.
It was a FA Cup though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but he'd only signed the day before.
Where did they play him instead of Doku?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think Doku's a better player, personally. He's come on. He's going to be a quality player. Anyway, moving on to Arsenal. You guys got a bit of a tricky game against Forest away from home.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. It's gonna be a very tight affair, actually. So I'm gonna go 2-1. I think we'll nick it at the end. Maybe obviously a set piece goal, but yeah, as long as we win.
What score did you say, CT?
2-1 Arsenal.
Okay. I will go with 3-1. 3-1 for me. And Aki, what are you saying?
I don't see Forest scoring a lot of goals, really. So 1-0 Arsenal.
And Harbury, what are you talking about?
Is the draw on now?
Must be the draw.
Oh,
FA Cup draw might be now.
Oh, we have not got Villa. Do not. That is ridiculous.
It's a fix. It's a fix.
Have we got Villa? Harbury, have we drawn Villa in the FA Cup?
I'm just checking now.
That would be ridiculous. I'd rather be out of that cup than having difficult players round on round.
No, I
didn't mind being in it.
I think they do a draw tomorrow. I think Harvey giving us a bit of fake news.
Harvey. What's going on? Possibility, you're guessing. Thank you, Cameron. Harvey, what's going on? You're trying to predict the draw. Give us the lottery numbers before you do that.
I was actually worried then. I don't want to face those guys again.
I just didn't want a hard tie at this stage. I just want to get through the rounds easy at this stage.
All right, lads. Well, we've overrun by a little bit, but it's been a good show. So I hope everyone's enjoyed themselves. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And we'll see you again at the same time next week.
And Aki, get some WD-40 for that chair, please. Mate.
That chair is horrendous.
All right. On that note, ciao for now. See you
Cheers, guys.
Bye-bye.
Cheers.